I was never the kind of man who caused a scene. So when my wife, Karen, looked me straight in the eye that evening and said, "Sometimes I just wish you'd vanish," something inside me cracked, quietly and completely. I didn't protest. I didn't cry. I simply gave a slow nod, pushed my chair back from the dinner table, and walked out of the house we had once built together with shared dreams. I left my keys on the kitchen counter. I didn't pack. Just grabbed my wallet and a small duffel bag. No dramatic farewell. No explanations. Only silence. For the past decade, I had poured everything into trying to make her happy. Working long hours. Sacrificing my own dreams so she could chase hers. Ignoring the subtle signs that her affection for me had quietly withered away. That one sentence, those cruel few words, confirmed what I'd been too afraid to admit. She didn't want me anymore. Maybe she expected me to argue, to fall apart, to plead for a second chance. But I had nothing left to offer. So I vanished, just like she'd wished. I moved 3 states away and started a new life. Legally changed my name. Took up carpentry, something I'd always loved but had given up to work the corporate job she thought I should have. I settled in a quiet town where no one asked questions. No one knew my history. And for the first time in a long time, I felt unburdened. Free. I didn't call anyone, not friends, not even my brother. I became a ghost. Slowly, I rebuilt a life from the ground up. I bought a modest cabin tucked near the edge of a forest. Took on woodworking commissions, handmade furniture crafted with care. Eventually opened a small shop. People respected the quality of my work and the quiet way I carried myself. I wasn't someone's husband anymore. I wasn't someone's letdown. I was just a man with calloused hands doing work that felt honest. And that somehow was enough. The years drifted by. 7 of them. I never looked back. I had no idea where Karen ended up. And I told myself I didn't care. Maybe she married the man I always suspected she had feelings for even before I left. Whatever the truth was, I convinced myself my heart had gone numb to her memory. Until one ordinary afternoon, everything shifted. A woman stepped into my shop. Her clothing was expensive, but rumpled, like she'd been traveling or hadn't rested in days. Her eyes scanned the room slowly, then locked onto mine. She froze. And so did I. It was Karen. She looked older, not just with age, but worn down, like life had taken more than just years from her. Her hands were trembling as she walked toward me. "Michael," she whispered, using the name I hadn't heard in nearly a decade. "My old name. You're alive." I said nothing. My arms folded tightly across my chest. My heart hammering. My face expressionless. Then she broke down. Right there, in front of everyone. She sobbed, loud, raw, uncontrollable tears. Customers turned to stare as she fell to her knees, shaking, repeating, I'm so sorry," over and over. It was chaotic, desperate, completely unexpected. "I searched for you for years," she gasped between sobs. "When you left, I thought you might have died. I filed reports. Went to therapy. I ruined everything trying to track you down." Her voice cracked, full of regret. "I didn't mean what I said that night. I was angry. I was foolish. I never believed you'd actually leave. At last, I spoke. But I did. And I never came back." She looked up, her eyes begging. Please come home. Just talk to me. Let me explain. I have to make this right." I drew a slow breath. "There's nothing left to repair. You got what you wished for." I disappeared. My voice was calm, steady, empty of emotion. I had found my peace. She cried harder, but I didn't move to comfort her. I had shed all my tears years ago, alone in shadowed motel rooms and quiet forest trails. Her sorrow now belonged to her. Eventually, she got to her feet and wiped her face with shaking hands. "Do you hate me?" she asked softly. I paused. "No. I just don't feel anything anymore." She gave a slow nod, broken and small. Then she turned and walked out, just as I once had. I watched her go, a stranger now. And as the door swung shut behind her, I returned to my workbench, picked up a chisel, and continued carving.